And, every word matters. You heard me say it a million times. That's a theme. But today we're going to have strong reminders, because are you blessing yourself or cursing yourself with the words that you speak? But first,
facing head-on the emotions beneath the surface as we bridge from an old world of confusion and lack to a beautiful new world of freedom, abundance, and love, with straightforward truth and inspired hope, is what you'll find on The Charla Anderson Show. Collector and connector of fascinating people. And everyone is fascinating. Here's your host, Charla Anderson.
well, good, beautiful day, you beautiful, beautiful souls. This is Charla Anderson, host of The Charla Anderson Show, collector and connector of fascinating people, and everyone is fascinating, especially you. So grateful you would join us today. And, every word matters. You heard me say it a million times. That's a theme. But today we're going to have strong reminders, because are you blessing yourself or cursing yourself with the words that you speak? But first, we're going to do my 22-second mini vacation. We're going to go take in some gratitude for 7 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and release for 11 seconds. So let's take a moment to get settled and grounded and be still for a moment. Here we go. Breathe in some calm. Hold. Relax, release. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking that moment with me. Every week we do that just to get settled and centered, and I'm so thrilled that you seem to enjoy that in my as my guest here. So thank you so very much for always being here every Wednesday, listening, podcast, wherever you are. I'm eternally grateful. Today, we're going to talk about Every Word Matters. I wrote a book called Split Second Transformation, Change Your Words, Change Your Life, 31 Daily Practices. It's available on Amazon, and of course, I'll have it in the description. Change your words, change your life, 31 daily practices, just reminders every day. You want that, don't you? I know you do. And what I continue to stress in my show, I mean, we've got to learn to love ourselves enough to pay attention to what's important, what matters, what is the most important case here. We say things so flippantly without realizing it, right? We don't have a clue that we say, oh man, this job is killing me, or I am so mad, and you make me so angry, and nobody can, by the way, nobody can make you angry without your permission. Nobody can make you upset without your permission. Nobody can hurt your feelings without your permission, or offend you without your permission. So you get to choose. It's a huge gift to be able to choose, and it's all choice. So every word matters. I wanted to just harp on this theme on today's Charla's Chat, my solo show that I do monthly. I really want to delve into that just a little bit stronger and really try to get you to understand the incredible importance. We say things that curse ourselves. And I have, people that say, oh, I hate, this weather, or oh, I hate man, that's a really strong word. Is it the truth? I mean, it's a really strong word. I hate all these leaves in my, yard. I hate, hate's a very strong word to use, and we use it a lot. Or I hate this person, or I hate this food, or why do you want to put that out there? And what if we shifted that? We all have preferences. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. Preferences are important. We get to choose. We get to have a preference. I prefer this over that. But when we kind of hating is cursing in a way. And when we say things like, this job is killing me, I would say cancel, 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 because we all make mistakes and say things that we don't particularly mean. But what if you watched your words and quit cursing yourself? When you claim things with words, every word after I am. So what you say after the words I am is who you are. And it's who you becoming if you repeat it often enough. It is actually who you become. Every word matters. And I am, what you say after I am. I am is the breath of life. It's God's name. He says in the Bible, this isn't religion. God says his name is I am, that I am. And I do this because it's an A. But why are we cursing ourselves? When we say, whatever we say after I am, should, and I'm not a big should'er, but should actually be a blessing. We would never, my mentor, Brenda Byers, just recently, I heard her say that when you say I am, you should only say things that you would say about God, because it's the God in us, this I am in us. So it's critically important to speak your desires clearly and not curse who you are. Say I have this disease. Well, that's pretty much your subconscious hears those things. Your subconscious hears. You say I am so sick and tired. Well, all your subconscious hears is sick and tired. It doesn't hear, and it starts drawing that to you. It starts drawing the things to you that you don't particularly want, in my guess. You don't want to be sick and tired. You're just so sick and tired. It's just a phrase we use. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so tired. And that's certainly the example I use the most. What if we shifted that one word, tired, to refreshed, energized, pumped? I'm energized. And I know we all think we're, lying to ourselves, but what if we're speaking what we want rather than, or what we desire, which is of the Father? Want is lack. The definition of want is lack. The definition of desire is of the Father, of sire, the Father, the giver. Every word matters. And I'm here to just give you those strong, strong reminders that, don't claim things that aren't yours. You might, and I've said this every time I talk about this, I say, if you've been diagnosed with something, you can say, it's okay. I've been diagnosed with whatever. I'm doing what I need to do, but you don't say, I have something that you don't desire. You don't want to claim that and put that disease on you. Your subconscious, it's scientifically proven now. It's been known for centuries, from ancient times, but now in our time, it's actually been scientifically proven that your subconscious controls so much. And I just want you to hear that. I want you to understand that you're worth it. You're worth it. You're so incredibly worth it. And I want to, I wrote some I am affirmations in 2011. It's been a long, long time ago that I wrote these affirmations, and I would be happy to send you a copy along with a recording that I've done of them. But back in the day, I called them declarations, but I found out that affirmations, I am. Declarations, I will. So I'm going to just read these to you. It's 2 minutes. There's a lot of them, but they go really, really fast. And I'm just going to read it to you. I am affirmations for living a joyful life of intentional significance. Because I am your child, God, I declare your promises. I proclaim and declare victory over my home and my life. My home shall be a place of joy, peace, simplicity, beauty, and love. I have everything I need to live in prosperity, which is complete peace. Everything I need, God has planted within me, and I claim it now. And you just repeat these daily. I am always on time. I'm always fully prepared. I move with speed and intention, urgency. I'm organized. I'm scheduled in detail in my daily planning. My systems are simple. I am focused. I am bold. I am courageous. I am confident. I'm relaxed, and I always have fun. I am boldly decisive. I choose to live powerfully. I am an intentional listener. I'm an excellent communicator, and I speak truth in love. I'm a gifted leader. I'm abundantly generous. I am disciplined, living each moment on purpose. I am healthy, wealthy, wise, fit, fabulous, and fun. I create magical moments. I am a gifted writer. I'm an inspired speaker. I expect miracles. I am a spiritual mentor. I am making a difference. I choose to live each moment to my best. I have everything within me to be wildly successful. I am surrounded by positive people. I attract successful people willing to invest in me. I boldly choose excellence no matter what. Feel free to Charla at charlaanderson.com. Email me, and I'll get you a copy of those if we say them. And some of them have, over the years, some of them have manifested more than others. Am I always on time? No. Am I always fully prepared? Not necessarily. But I'm getting there. I'm better than I was. And I attract successful, people willing to invest in me is absolutely been manifested multiple times. There's so many people I've come in contact with and have invested their time and energy in me. That's my wish and dream for you, to, become who you say you are. You do become who you say you are. That is a fact. And there's truth and fact in this. Your brain, if you're a complainer, and some complainers, ask yourself, am I one of them? Because if you are, you've built a track in and it gets deeper and deeper the more you do it. The more you complain, this rut in your brain it attracts more to complain about. It attracts more to complain about. Do you want that? Upset draws upset. Speaking things you don't want brings the things you don't want to you. This is so critically important, and I'm not doing all the scientific stuff around it, and actually biblical stuff. Be still and know. Think, and as a man thinketh, you get what you speak. The power of life and death is in the tongue. There's a lot of scripture around all of that, and your integrity is involved here. Speak who you choose to be. See yourself being. Ask, believe, receive. Ask, believe that it's already on its way. Receive. We manifest this way. Truly. Can you imagine being the person that is just delighted? You wake up in gratitude. So that the key, any time that there's any of these conversations, the number one thing you must do is gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I say, I have other affirmations I say all the time. Everything is always working out for me. Everything, all is well. Money comes easily. I'm refreshed and I have all the time that I need. Man, doesn't that cover a lot, right? Money comes easily, I'm refreshed, and I have all the time that I need. I love that one. That was the original. It's mine. And I just feel like that really, I was like, man, I'm tired. I need more money. I'm running out of time. I'm late. So I created that. Love that one. And if you are in comments and want to, in one of the places that has comments, feel free. Who do you say you are? Do you need help? Do you need help and encouragement to speak life, not death, over your life? And what if we, when I listen, this hate thing so often, it brings more things to be hating. When you hate something, it opens the door for more things to come to you to hate. Who wants that? Really, what if we just chose to begin watching our language, and when we catch ourselves saying, I'm so sick, or I'm so mad, or whatever it is, cancel. I choose a different word. I choose, because I say this again, if you listen to me a bunch, I need to hear things 1,000 times to start getting it right. So a lot of this has been decades of personal development, listening and learning to speak differently. And I love it when people call me out, because I certainly am not an expert. I'm better than I was. I'm better than a lot of people at speaking positive stuff. I know people think I'm a Pollyanna because I only want to speak positive stuff, that it's not reality. Well, I'm telling you, it is my reality. I choose not to engage or indulge in negative stuff. I don't allow the negative stuff. I don't watch the big black box on the wall. I don't listen to the fear-based media. I just don't. And I believe I 71 years old. I'm still alive. I'm still functioning. I function and are probably healthier than most people I know. And why not? Why not? Why not just, my reality is, it doesn't mean I don't deal with what I have to deal with. Like if you got diagnosed with something, you absolutely do what you need to do to take care of it. I'm not saying otherwise. That's silly. But I don't have to embrace it as mine. Every word matters. And you are worth listening to that, to yourself speak, and start practicing different means of communication. People say these things all the time, and we all, be present, be in the now. What does that really mean? Well, I didn't know, but I've kind of learned. I've got grandbaby here for 3 or 4 days, sometimes at a time, and I don't get much else done because I want to be present with her. She's just too adorable. I keep running the battery off my phone because of all the videos I take of her. But I mean, she's so smart, and I want to encourage that, the vocabulary and and I want her, she says her own affirmations and she remembers them. I love it that she says, I am happy, and I am smart, and I am strong, and I am helpful, and I am kind, and I am trustworthy. And I just was teaching her, I'm brave, and I can do hard things, and I am I told her last weekend, I have integrity. It means I honor my word. I speak what I want. I speak. Honoring your word is a definition of integrity. That means you do what you say what you do. And I want her to hear that early. And I, trustworthy, she says that, and she knows what it means. I've said, may I trust you to sit here while I run in the house and get your water? Whatever it is. I just adore her, and she is so trustworthy and she's barely 3. So she's got, we're going to have a lot of fun over the years, but she's, she wants to go to Nanny's house. She loves coming here. And I just, the rest of the stuff goes out the window. Everything else I was going to do or need to do or usually would be doing. but she's worth it. And that's where I'm being present in the moment. I'm saying things that are important to let her hear. And we read the books. She learns, she's learning tapping. We've got, the tapping. If you don't know about tapping, it's a very great exercise to help you retrain yourself. There's certain meridian points on your body, and that's another story. But she's got a book called Gorilla Thumps and Bear Hugs, and it's about gorilla thumps and bear hugs, tapping these places, and karate chop. And anyway, on my chat show, this is Charla's Chat. I just chat, I just come up with things that are on my heart that I want to share, that I think are important, that matter to me. I'm a broken record. I want people to love them. I want you to love yourself enough to speak your truth, speak who you see yourself as. And there's people that don't love themselves very much. We call it often they're bullies, right? They don't love themselves enough to know how to love others. These are constant themes on my show because I just love the positive. I love serving humanity through offering reminders to speak what you want, what you desire, not what you don't want. And then, I was thinking about some of the other aspects of this, and it's personal development. I'm a personal development junkie, I believe, probably since high school. Just love learning about. I love psychology. I love ideas behind all that. And one of the so I am affirmations is like a cornerstone. I've got couple of notes I forgot I even had here, but a cornerstone of personal development, truly. And if you understand that you're manifesting all the time, and when you speak whatever you're speaking, I want or I desire, you're manifesting. And if you choose to speak those things and say and see yourself receiving them, ask, believe, receive. And Jesus said we can do what he did and even more. And even more. That's a lot. Speak, ask, believe, receive. But you've got to, I think that we've not been taught some of this in the fundamental religions, that we can do what Jesus did and even more. And if that's the case, why aren't we manifesting more? Why aren't we? If we can do what Jesus did and even more, if we can feed 5,000, if we can walk on water, if we can change the weather, if we can heal the sick and we raise the dead, if we, and even more. What about water to wine? I like that one. Really, in John 14:12, and this isn't religious, this is just truth. It is truth. And there's, we've been kind of minimized that we have this kind of power, that we do have that much power inside of us. And there's been so much proof around that too as well. So it really, the I am affirmations serve to guide you in personal development. They help in setting intentions, come on, girl, and goals that are aligned with our true selves, and encouraging us to live authentically and pursue our passions. The power of I am is not just in words, but in the belief and action behind them. Choose your words wisely and let them guide you towards becoming the best version of yourself. And when you say action, the next right action, my mentor, Brenda Byers, I mentioned earlier, is she says there's a success formula, and it's like mindset plus skill set plus right action is the secret to success. Mindset. We're talking mindset all the time when you're listening to me. We're talking mindset as that's a fact. Mindset plus skill set plus right action. And honestly, this has been a challenge for me. Not just, the clarity around things. What do I want? Where am I headed? What am I doing now? Why am I doing it? So taking an action step, nobody, you ask, believe, receive. And I promise you, that doesn't mean you're sitting on the couch with a remote and will receive. No, you've got to be in movement. You've got to be in action. So this is just me talking once again, over and over and over again about your words matter. Every word matters. There's zero reason to continue cursing yourself. You speak something by the way, we speak what we want or desire, and then we go, and all of a sudden it's already on its way. The universe or the manifestors, is bringing it, the giver's giving, and it's on its way. And then we said, but I can't afford it. Whoop. You spoke a word. You cursed your blessing. You cursed your blessing. I can't afford it, or but I don't deserve it, or it's not here yet. I'm tired of waiting. When I say speak what you desire, see it that it's on its way, relax and let it come. And I was taught, begging isn't the way to get what you want. God doesn't expect begging if you're praying. He expects ask, believe, receive, and don't negate it by changing your words. I mean, by cursing your words. By I want to live here, but I'm not. I don't have that kind of money, or whatever. You negate so many of the things that you want. We are all guilty of this. I'm not the only one talking about this. I'm probably the least eloquent talking about it because I just want to shake people and go, every word matters. Quit cursing. Quit speaking hate. Quit speaking anything but desire. And when things aren't going your way, because they don't, it's still here. You only have this moment in time. That's all you have. You don't have last second. You don't have last week. You don't have last minute, last year, last generation, since the beginning of time. You have this moment listening to me. That's the only moment you have. And if you don't like it, if you're in a bad place, you're the only one that can change it, and you can change it in your next action, in your next word, in your next step. So even if who I am is bold faith. Now, I didn't even say that one, and that's what I say all the time. It's not even on this affirmation sheet, but who I am is bold faith, no fear. Who I am is outrageously optimistic. Who I am is outrageously courageous. Who I am is who I say I am. And I am working very diligently to keep that language in my head, my talk to myself. Even, we're talking to ourselves all the time, and we say, that was so stupid. I was so, what, I was so stupid. I'm so stupid. Stop it. I cancel that. No, I am powerful beyond measure. I'm going to give you an example of something that I don't think I've said on my show before, or at least it's been a while. This is season 3. So often something happens. This is what happens to us. Something happens. For instance, we get an F on a report card on our test in 7th grade. Or 5th grade, we get an F, and we are, we're upset. We get an F. We we say, we make up a story. This is the truth. We make up a story about that F, and we plant it back here. We plant it in our back, back in this little back of our noggin, and say, I must be stupid. It's a made up story. We're not stupid, but we make up a story about it. We plant it back there. We forget we planted it back there. And for the rest of our lives, we're continually finding reasons to validate something that is just a made up story. See, I told you I was stupid. See, I told you I was stupid. See, I told I knew somebody says you're stupid, and you're going, yep, that's it. I'm obviously I'm stupid, but you forget that it's because you made up a story around making an F, and all you did was not study. This is a critical thing to understand. We make up stuff and put it in the back, and it's like we forget that we put it in this deep, dark place in our subconscious, and we continue going around looking for ways to validate things that are not true. We've done stories like that about all kinds of stuff. So any of that negative talk, it's probably something somebody said when you were 5 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, that you planted, and then you forgot that you planted it. You made up the story about something somebody else said or did. It's not who you are. It's a story you made up and started believing. So start examining, maybe you start examining what stories did you make up and over a bad grade or lack of confidence, or I could never be a dancer. I could never be a soccer player. Whatever stories you make up about what's going on in the world, you made them up. You made them up, and you can change that. That's where this is the key. Once you recognize you're saying, I see how stupid I am. I knew I was stupid. Once you recognize that, you get to choose to change words. You can change that and go, that's just not my, and I love this. Brenda Byers, again, my coach mentor, she's like, that's just not my reality. That's a really good way. She says that. She has done that about things that people have spoken over her. And she goes, that's just not the way I see it. That's not the way I remember it. That's not my reality. And she speaks the truth of who she really is. I'm grateful for your time. I'm grateful that you would pay attention. I'm grateful that you listen every week on the Charla Anderson Show. And I would love to have you reach out, Charla at charlaanderson.com. I'm going to have a little, I'll send you my affirmations. I'll probably send you some bonus ones, some of the other ones I just said maybe. And I spoke in a video recording, so you can actually listen to them if you want to. Charla at charlaanderson.com. I will have them in I think on a landing page. I'm working on that. So find me. I'll be happy to send them to you. Find the book, Charla Anderson, Split Second Transformation, Change Your Words, Change Your Life, 31 Daily Practices. And guess what? I have a coaching program called Charla's, Courageous Clarity Coaching Program. And I would love to talk about that with you if it's something that would interest you. Man, coaches need coaches, right? So we all need them. And so I've always been, I can't afford it. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough. Those are all stories we make up because, if you can take a breath, you've been provided for. If you can breathe, if you can take a breath right now, you have been provided for. Even if you're in the gutter, you've been provided for if you can take a breath. So if you don't like it, you don't like where you are, choose a different direction, another step. And I'd love to hear from you. If this blesses you at all, or if you're like, you've said this so many times, I don't want to hear it, I'm not listening to you anymore. I mean, whatever, because it is a running theme for sure in my conversation. Every word matters. And I teach things I need to know, right? I teach it so that I can learn more and remember more to do it. How to speak, what to say after I am. I am powerful beyond measure, and I am grateful. I live in gratitude. That thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you is my running mantra. As I'm driving, as I'm walking, when I wake up in the night, that's it. Gratitude is key. Thank you for so very much for taking the time to pay attention with me, listen today. I appreciate it more than you know. I hope you join me next week. I do know an incredible guest next week. Tracy Boone is going to be joining us. You will be blown away by her story. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to hearing from you. I'd love to see you. Please, oh yes, subscribe to YouTube. At least I'm working on my YouTube. I appreciate you so much. God bless. And always, always, always choose joy.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. The Charla Anderson Show. Encouraging you to stand strong and courageous with bold faith, no fear, immense hope, kindness, and love, especially towards yourself. Visit charlaanderson.com for replays, blogs, and more on her ever-expanding website, as well as watch her live TV show on winwinwomen.tv, Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And so that we can continue learning together and growing this community of beautiful souls, we invite you to share the Charla Anderson Show with your circle of friends. Until we meet again next week, remember always, choose joy.